Hey everyone, it's Hairyfrankfurt, and as a child I suffered from emotionally traumatic events. The reason I'm starting this video with that statement is because I would like it to be known that I'm talking about this topic from a point of not expertise from being a professional, but expertise from experience. I had a rather rough childhood, which I have spoken about to certain extents in other videos if you want to watch them. I've been seeing a therapist since I was approximately 7 years old, so I think I know what emotional abuse looks like. I like to think I know what emotional abuse looks like from an experiential perspective rather than an external professional perspective. So please keep that in mind. And of course you guys should know by the title that this is regarding the potential emotional and physical abuse of children here on YouTube. I really wanted to make a video about this topic because I wanted to make a clear stance to all of the people that follow me and all of the people that come across my videos that I am of the personal belief that what those children on that channel are going through is emotional and physical abuse. In all honesty, I have only seen the clips of footage that Philip DeFranco has included in his content regarding this channel and the abuse that is displayed and portrayed publicly on the internet. And after watching the video Katie Morton made about this topic, by the way, I would recommend all of you watch Katie Morton. She is so great. She is an actual psychologist and she specializes in children from what I understand. So she's pretty well versed in the matter, and she is also of the personal belief, I don't know if she's allowed to say that it's professional belief, but she's of the personal belief that it is abuse that those children are undergoing as well. So with that being said, I wanted to make a video telling you that I am of the belief that it is abuse. However, I could not find a way to make a video that didn't end with me just being sorry for myself and sorry for those kids. Until I watched Katie Morton's video, because she twisted it in a way where it was more of a public service announcement. It was more of a proactive, we need to get these kids and other kids help. Whether or not those children have absorbed their situation as being abusive or not, I can't tell you. Each child will respond to traumatic events and different events in different ways. I personally had a very different upbringing to what these children are going through right now, and I did end up with clinical depression, pretty bad anxiety and trauma. While my personal circumstances weren't similar to those portrayed on the Daddyofive channel, I can say that I see certain parenting skills or child rearing skills, not even so much skills, but child rearing decisions. Sorry if this video is a little bit disjointed, I just had to answer a phone call. I'm going to turn my phone on silent so that doesn't happen again. Okay. So, as I was saying, I have noticed some parenting and child rearing decisions made by the parents that I personally... Let me just give a direct example so that you understand what I'm trying to say here. I understand that these parents want to bring their children up with a sense of light-hearted, fun-loving nature, enjoying a good joke, and I see that they are implementing that by pranking the children. When these children react with a natural response of emotional distress, the parents put them at ease with the excuse that it is just a prank. It is very important for all children to understand that their emotions and their emotional distress and their emotional response to events is entirely justified. Every human being feels. I might say something that will personally offend you. I might say the same thing to someone else and they may have absolutely no problem with that. Each of these children have different responses to the same events. There are 5 children. As a non-parent myself, I can't say that I know how stressful it is to have 1 child, let alone 5. I will not speak to the parenting skills as a whole of these parents because I can only imagine how difficult it is to have 5 children at such young ages while also trying to instill in them the fun-loving nature and the enjoyment of pranks. With that all being said, there is one particular bit of footage, I believe the youngest child, Cody, where he says, "You did all of this just for a prank," and he is emotionally distressed. He is crying when the parent tries to calm these children by saying, "Oh, don't worry, it's just a prank." The children then has to align its reaction with the response it's given. So when a parent says, "But it's just a prank," and undermines that human being's natural emotional response to something that hurt their feelings, that person therefore has to disregard their own natural response of being hurt to align with the fact that I have to be okay with this kind of treatment because it is a prank. And I can tell you right now, whether you are the children in that family or whether you are the children in any other family, you do not have to react or disregard your own emotions ever. Your emotions are as true and as real as anything on this planet. Your feelings are as important as anything in this planet. I want you to know that if you turn to someone and say, "I am upset," and their response isn't to apologize or seek to rectify your concerns, that reaction to a child being upset, of being dismissive, is something I have directly experienced. I've never told this story, I don't think, on the internet, but the first time I came to my mother with suspicions of depression, she was frustrated with me and told me to stop being such a drama queen. Now, I know that that is a much further, a far more direct attack on my trust of her. My trust that she will respect my feelings and hear me out and listen to what I'm saying. That was a very direct attack on that trust. But I think in the same token, the father responding by saying, "But it's just a prank, therefore I can't be responsible for you feeling something that is a result of my actions, where I am supposed to be the person that you look up to and trust with your life." Instead of attacking this particular family, because it's not going to solve anything, attacking them and telling them they're wrong or whatever is not going to solve anything. I don't know for sure that these children are experiencing abuse. From what I've seen, I have witnessed the parents abusing the children. Whether those children now grow up to be abuse victims, and each child will react differently. So I don't know how these children are going to react. They may be entirely mentally sound and emotionally well-rounded individuals in the future. What I am saying is that for anyone experiencing this kind of upbringing where you don't feel heard, where you don't feel you can trust those meant to look after you, where you feel that you have to disregard what you feel because of their agenda, I guess. Like this father had the agenda of making a prank video, so the child getting upset about it was just an inconvenience. It's just a prank. It's, you know, stop inconveniencing me with your natural response. I want everyone here to know that there are people out there who will listen. There are people out there who will hug you and hold you and love you. There are people out there who will do anything they can to put a smile on your face. There are people out there who want to see you happy, who would see you in tears and literally bend over backwards to do anything they can to stop you crying. Not because it's an inconvenience to them, but because they don't want to see you in pain. I do not want to see you in pain. And if you are experiencing a family situation that you feel uncomfortable about, or you are emotionally upset surrounding situations occurring in your family life, please find someone that you can talk to. I am living proof that it gets better. Oh, that's so cheesy. I'm sorry. I am living proof that you are not your circumstances. You are not your childhood. You are not the things your parents tell you. You are not a victim. You are a survivor. For these children, like I said, I don't know if it is an abusive family or if it is a traumatic situation these children are in. I've seen abuse taking place in their videos from clips that Philip DeFranco has used in his footage, and I have heard confirmations from a therapist here on YouTube, Katie Morton, that it is emotional abuse. And I can say from personal experience that I know what those children are going through when they're told it's just a prank, don't worry about it. I didn't want to make this video because I didn't want to sit here and only talk about the negative things and point the finger at these parents that, like I said, I don't have one child, let alone 5. I can't say that I would do a better job. I can only imagine how difficult it is to have that many young children in a house. I can only imagine, and I will not sit here and point the finger at them. I'm sure that they are trying their very best to bring those children up as best they can. From my personal experience, I know my parents tried. They tried so hard to make my life and my brother's life as happy and comfortable as possible. And I have now grown to want a better relationship with them. I've grown to understand how their personal circumstances and their personal situations impacted on the way they brought me up. This abuse allegation that is floating around on YouTube right now isn't a death sentence for these kids, isn't a reason or an excuse to be attacking those parents or sending death threats. Under the greatest pressure, diamonds are made. In the dirtiest waters, lotus blossoms, like lotus flowers blossom. I really wish the best for these children. I want everyone who is going through a similar situation or a completely different situation but responding in the same way of pain and hurt, I want you to know that this is your before story. This is what's going to make your success story that much greater. This is what's going to make you, that kid that everyone said couldn't do it. You are going to be the most remarkable success story when you get through this. And you can and will get through this. That is the video I wanted to make today. It was pretty damn serious, and it's not normally something I like to talk about, but I just wanted to come out here and say, yes, I think that that is abuse, and I can see that not from a psychologist perspective, not from a parenting perspective. I can see it from the fact that I underwent emotional abuse myself. I am currently undergoing trauma treatment because of that. I had social workers involved in my childhood at one point or another, and I've been seeing a therapist since I was 7 years old, in some capacity. So with that expertise, I can say that, yeah, I reckon that's abuse. And no, it is not a death sentence. No, it is not the end of the world. Yes, it is probably emotionally terrifying for those kids, but we need to band together and hope for the best for these kids. And I hope that this family can learn from their mistakes, genuinely apologize, keyword genuinely, because they haven't yet, and make their channel more about how to grow from this situation, how to better their family, how to make a holistic, beautiful family knit, home knit, you know what I mean. I've been rambling for way too long now, guys, so I'm sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and all my love goes out to those who are experiencing traumatic events in their lives or have experienced abuse in their childhoods. I think that's all I wanted to say. Make sure you subscribe, I guess. You guys will see me in the next one, so make sure you subscribe so that you know when it goes up, okay? Bye.